everybody, how you doing out there? Welcome to week 1 of fall 2025 Introduction to Business. I do want to share with you that I'll do a video of the week each week to help you understand the assignments, understand the discussion questions, and also once we get into the team portion of class, help you work with your teams. Also, I want to share that there's going to be a different number up here for some of you because it's a different CRN. I'm teaching 2 sections of the same class. So if you don't see your number, don't panic. This is still good content for you to watch. I just don't want to create 2 videos because there's no need to, because you're doing the same thing in each class. I did already post on the leaderboard that class capacity is getting pretty full. So if you want in the class, let's get signed up and I'll get you in through the wait list. This is BA 101. Let me see if there's any other announcements here that'll come up while the class starts. There is no textbook for this class. I did send this out earlier. I use discussion questions instead of textbooks. The videos throughout the class, think of them as a chapter out of a textbook. Business is changing pretty rapidly right now. It's hard to keep up with a static textbook. So I've chosen to bring you some of the thought leaders in different business spaces so you can learn from the best out there. First day, this is some things to think about, and then discussion questions. I'll show you how to manage these here in just a minute. Okay, so if you go to content, you will find, and I try to map this out as seamless as possible. Because I know you have different classes out there, you jump around, and each instructor has a different format. I want to make it user-friendly for you. So if you go to course information at the very top, you'll see the syllabus and all the detail. Course dashboard I find pretty helpful because it tells you what is due each week. Remember, in an online class, the week starts on Monday, closes on Sunday. Everything on that week has to be done by Sunday at midnight, or the discussion questions close and also the assignment closes, not to be accessed again. So I don't want you to lose any points. So make sure you give yourself a good lead time to finish either as an individual assignment or team. Now if we go back to content, you also have my rubric, how I grade. If you want to know me beyond the class, what I bring to the class. I do have industry experience. I still am working in industry. I have a business I operate right now. I work with young entrepreneurs launching their businesses or understanding how to operate their business. Equitable grading statement, and also a BA style guide. Now, if you look at each week, I try to cover different sections of business, since this is a survey class. You're just learning about business, and maybe in week 3 when you hear about HR management, you go, I really like HR, then you take more HR classes. Or maybe in week 6, I love marketing. Maybe I should take some more marketing classes. So here are the first discussion questions. Here's Jenny talking about what's the difference between managing people and leading people in organizations. It's a real nice sound video. So how discussion questions work, and again, remember, we're simulating conversation in a classroom and a textbook, but it's virtual. So if I had you read chapter 1 and 2, this is the same thing, but it's more digestible, it's shorter, it's more snackable, and then you respond. So you watch this, I give you some thought start questions, you have to stay there, you can go beyond, and after you watch a video, you just start a thread. So let's say your name is Glenn. Glenn starts a thread authored by himself, and it needs to be substantive, it needs to be qualitative, but once you're done, that's one post. And then you have to post 2 more times to your peers. Total of 3 times. If you post 3 times per discussion question, you'll get full grade consideration. Okay. So moving back out, the other discussion question, this one's been around a bit, but I really like the message because it is the anti-CEO playbook. And it's a good way to start the class. So you can figure out what my ethos is in business. Every instructor has a personal bias. They try to put it on the back burner as much as possible, but it does come out on occasion. So this is what I believe businesses are moving towards and giving them a successful footprint. The other assignment you have, the two assignments I should say you have, one is a virtual introduction. Just want to know who you are, since I'm not going to meet you in person. There's no Zoom session in this class. A few questions answered, but this is an enrollment guarantee. And if you don't get it done by Friday at midnight, the first week I have to drop you from the class. That bums me out when I can do that. So don't put me in that position. Just get this done, load it up, and you're on your way. If you have any questions, please ask me. You can do it on your phone. It doesn't have to have any kind of robust Canva editing tools and so forth. And then the assignment of the week, I try to keep it easy the first week just so we can all smoothly acclimate to the class. One of the best ways to start learning about business is visiting businesses with an owner or manager's mindset. For this assignment, students will select a business in their local community that they frequent as a consumer. So complete the assignment, students will address what is the name of the business, what type of business, retail, service, restaurant, what do they sell, why do you think people go to this business over others in the same industry? There's a lot of coffee shops out there. Why do one coffee shop get more consumer interest, food trucks, all of the different businesses out there? And how does this business benefit the community? Is there anything they're giving back to the community? Are they socially focused? Share a personal experience you've had with this business because it's a business that you frequent. And please present your work as a presentation or infographic. Do not present any of your work in this class as a college written paper. And what I do, whenever I have a request for a work product to look differently than college written paper, which is all the time, I give you some examples. So here's Melanie. She was a student of mine in a prior term, and she chose Cafe La Flores, I think that's how you say it. And this is the business type, provide personal experience. You can see the peppering of pictures and font differences and just the look and feel. This is something I want to read. College written paper is not something that you want to read in a business setting. So present your work as if it's going to be seen by clients or if it's going to be seen by strategic partners. The other example is Lacey. Lacey did one on, I can't remember off the top of my head, Dutch Bros. So Lacey went to Dutch Bros, did some pictures. This is a good first delivery. We will turn up the heat as the term goes by, but I just want you to get a good feel for the tempo and theme on the assignment. So that's week one. You have very easy, just business you go to and start thinking like a business owner. You also have your video introduction, your 2 discussion questions, and then as we embark in week 2, we're getting human resources. You get a couple of HR videos, and then VMC and the Google certification. So we do have 2 assignments in week 2. Don't worry about that yet, unless you want to get ahead. And I will do a video next week to cover that. Also, one other thing I want to talk about, I think it's week 3, maybe I'm right. No, what week is that? There's a week up here where you start working in teams. Okay, maybe it is week 5. See, this is a bad video. Yeah, right here, week 5. So what I try to do is half the term individual, half the term teams. By week 5, you'll start doing team assignments. So you'll be formed in teams. What I always encourage folks to do, because you might not know anybody in this class, is watch how many times they're posting the discussion questions. What are they saying in discussion questions? Are they early with their discussion questions? So if you really want to work with an active group, you can see people and their engagement in the class, and you can give me a request. So maybe Joan sees, hey, Frankie is really putting in some solid content for discussion questions and is always early. Maybe that's somebody you want to work with. Maybe that's style or characteristics and so forth. So that's where you can choose your team, because if you don't give me any recommendations that you're going to work with, I just do a random draw, and that could be somewhat dangerous because it's just whoever's in the class. Okay, so that's what's happening, and I'll do these every week. Now, if the video of the week doesn't cover your concerns, then obviously call me, text me, send me an email. But what I always will do is if you ask me a question, I'll go, have you watched the video yet? And if you haven't, I'll push you back, because most of the questions that come up are questions I've had in the past. So I try to cover everything in this video, but sometimes I miss stuff. But I'm really excited about the term and all the work we're going to be able to produce. Take care, folks. Welcome to fall 2025, and I'm here for you at any time. Take care.